All right, Pondcast live.
What's up, fisherman? Aqua Duelist here.
Hello, and thank you for clocking into the greatest podcast of the 2037.
Bro, you are not Elon Musk.
I'll have you know that was the. Listen, I did not want to record that audio, and that was. I'm like, who has the worst audio possible? And I thought Elon Musk, and here we are.
I mean, I don't know, maybe Gandhi or like Muhammad Ali.
Listen, man,
I think
I don't think I
I think it'd
have
be
any.
hilarious.
I don't think I
Uh,
have. I don't know if there is audio of Gandhi.
oh no, what was it? Mike, what was it? Mike Tyson, isn't he? Didn't he have like a
A lisp.
lisp? Yeah, dude, that'd be funny if you went with Mike Tyson. Like I would have laughed
Did you know he had a?
because that
Did you know he had a
that that
Scooby Doo based TV show?
yeah, I know.
Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Wasn't like the thing in that the animal in that cartoon like a pigeon?
Yes, and there was a solid white ghost with them.
Yeah, those were weird times. We're old. We're really old.
Yeah, I rec-
Uh,
I
so
recently.
yeah,
Go ahead.
so yeah, guys, we just kind of realized how we're just kind of old. So yeah, uh, dang, kind of
Yeah,
sucks.
I recently turned 25, and just a bit of trivia. That is the time when you start to decay. That's the official time where your body starts to decay. Your body is done growing. I say this fully
Yeah.
knowing I am perfectly comfortable with my mortality.
So so I guess we should let everybody know real quick. Guys, I'm officially leaving for vacation tomorrow at the time of recording this. I mean, it's been so long since we've done a podcast, but this other motherfucker over here has been job hopping and shit. So recording podcasts have been kind of hard lately,
Yeah,
but
that's been a fun mission. But, it is what it is. I got everything set up for the most part.
I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy that you got the new job you just landed. I am so happy about that. Like, I'm happy for you, man.
But yeah, for those who don't know, I'm now officially a phlebotomist.
Yeah, like that's freaking awesome, dude. You went. Can I say what you used to do before? Like before that.
And we've already given away a lot of our information on this thing. Doesn't really matter. The
I mean,
five people who watch this aren't gonna care.
you literally went from literally being a working in a vet office to doing this, and I just think that's awesome.
I think one of the craziest parts is how like willing they were to hire me, even though I worked at a vet. They even flat out said, "Oh yeah, they love hiring people from vets. That means they're trying to improve." And I'm like, "Oh, that works. That
Heck
lines up in
yeah,
my favor."
heck yeah, man. Um, So it's awesome you got this job. It really just kind of has been forever since we really got to record one of these. Um, but yeah, guys, I'm officially leaving for vacation tomorrow at the time of recording. It's Tuesday night right now as we're recording. I'm going to the beaches for like a week. Um, Gonna have a lot of fun. Got condo booked. Uh, biological aunt is flying down to see me for this. I haven't seen her in 17 years, so I'm like super fucking excited.
Yeah, she seems really cool. She was trying to see if she can arrange for us to see each other, but where y'all are going is like a solid 7 hours minimum from me.
Yeah, she's freaking great, dude. So yeah, beaches, snorkeling,
Bitches.
freaking oh yeah, bitches and bikinis, fucking dolphins. I'm kidding, guys. I'm not gonna be fucking any dolphins.
Casey, the dolphin would be the one fucking you. You would not be able to escape a horny dolphin.
I mean, I mean, this is me we're talking about.
Also, for context, everybody, my nickname is Dolphy, and also for other context, dolphins are notoriously very aggressive when when
Oh
they're ready
yeah,
to
like
go.
straight up, dolphins are just like they are literally the douchebags of the ocean. They are rapists. Well, I don't think they're necrophiles. I know ducks and penguins are,
Oh
but
yeah, no,
like
penguins definitely are like the
yeah,
first.
penguins are like the worst. But yeah, dolphins are, they're straight up rapists. They're douchebags. Like they'll whenever they're like, is it the? I can't remember if it's dolphins or the killer whales that eat like the seals up in the air
That's
to
killer
the point
whales,
like
but killer whales are
yeah,
also dolphins, just so you know.
yeah, they're dude, killer whales are insane.
Oh yeah, they don't
But
fuck around.
oh yeah, and then dolphins are over here like passing or having a pass around
The puffer
the
fish.
puffer fish like it's a volleyball, sitting at a fucking circle, passing the bong around, getting high on that shit. So
Oh, and since you brought up penguins, the first time humans had ever like seen and interacted with penguins, they found the penguins fucking the ground. I
I'm not
that is
surprised.
not a joke. They caught the penguins fucking the ground.
I'm not surprised. But yeah, so yeah, guys, there's been joke like the last like 2 days at work. There's been jokes going around about dolphins being rapists and just in general just fucking dolphins for the last 2 days. So yeah, like there's been a lot of dolphin jokes going around at work. But yeah, so ain't doing any of that. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be swimming with dolphins. I am planning on going snorkeling though, so that's like really awesome, and I'm super stoked for that.
Casey,
Um,
can you
yeah.
go under the water?
Can I what?
Are you able to go under the water?
Like, can I like physically swim underwater?
Or do you float?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do float. I've tried to do like there was a spring I went to at one point, and I was trying to do. There was like a little cave down at the bottom of the spring, and I was like trying to dive down there towards the cave. And when you don't have like diving like the oxygen tank and everything, it's kind of hard to do.
Yeah,
Like
the air compression with your lungs.
yeah, like I had a major. I tried so hard. I it's like I didn't even want to go in the cave. I just wanted to go down towards it. I think I got like the furthest I got down was like 8 feet or so, and then like my mask would just fill up with water, and I was just like, no matter what I did, I couldn't get to not fill up. So, but like, yeah, it was like it sucked. So it was hard for me to get going down there. So I do kind of float. That's like a thing. But I'm looking forward to really going snorkeling. Like I'm going to be trying my hardest to basically snorkel, and I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna enjoy it. Um, I got this beachside condo booked. It's like an Airbnb. Um, Sitting at like the ninth floor of with a balcony with an oceanside view. Like I am looking forward to seeing the sunset every freaking day. And I'm gonna be there, listening to my freaking aquatic lo-fi mix that I have, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be sipping on whatever the I decide to drink because I ain't gonna lie, I bought a decent amount of alcohol for this trip. Um, Not an alcoholic, guys. Just want to make that clear. Drink responsibly.
If you find the need to
Uh,
drink irresponsibly, don't do it on our according to us. Do it according to your parents.
I
No,
mean,
that was
just
fucked up.
I'm just gonna say it, like, just you're gonna drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Know your limit. I mean, like, I'm not looking to get fucked up. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
I am
here's a good one. The
what?
alcohol companies want you to get drunk and hooked on their products, so don't let them win. You're stronger than that. You're not under their control.
I mean, I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm drinking some Baja Lime Margarita right now, and I fucking love it.
Just remember,
So
they put please drink responsibly in the commercials because they have to, not because they care.
I, oh man. So funny thing. I was doing, like, based like alcohol run or like alcohol pickups for this trip. Because I wanted to put, at least something into this. Because I'm not paying for everything on this trip.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I want to pay for what I can. So um, I remember I was asking my aunt, like, like I told her, like, hey, I'm gonna be bringing, some wines and such, some of my favorites, so she can try them. I asked her, I was like, is there anything in particular you want me to pick up? And she's like, yeah, I want a big bottle of Jack Daniels. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. Um, I
Several
found out we
bottles
have,
later.
huh?
Said several bottles later.
Well, I found out we have an ABC liquor, or like the ABC liquor store here. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I have literally just bought liquor from Aldi's and like a few, like I bought some wines from Aldi's. I bought a few things from Publix. First time in a liquor store, okay, like a actual devoted liquor store. And I'm just like, I'm looking and I'm like, bro, some of these sound so fucking good. Um, like I'm not gonna lie, I picked up a decent amount of things. So I was like, this sounds good. I want to try this. Like I picked up I got a caramel flavored wine, not from ABC Liquor, but like I picked up, what was it? I picked up some, or not I mean, sorry, I have chocolate cream wine, not caramel wine. I have chocolate cream wine that I picked up from Aldi's. That's one of my favorites. And like I saw that there was caramel flavored Smirnoff, which I thought would be like really fucking good to mix with. Um, and then I remember when Steven, Jade, and everybody from college threw me that party, that going away party for moving. Um, Steven made me this mixed drink that I think it had like black cherry vodka. I think he put something else in it, and then he mixed in the chocolate wine it had, and that was so fucking good. So I was trying to find some black cherry wine or black cherry vodka. I couldn't find it. I found black cherry flavored rum. Bought me a bottle of that. I'm like, this is gonna be so fucking good. Uh, I swear, guys, I'm not an alcoholic. Drink responsibly, unless you're Irish. Then that's just you could drink as much as you want, and you're either gonna A, not get drunk off your ass, or B, you're going to get fucking drunk off your ass.
If you drink and you get drunk while you're Irish, you're not 100% Irish, and you have to have questions to ask your parents.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When I was at that part, when we had that party, I had a good like 5 like mixed drinks and shit. I was completely fine,
I remember
and
this
it was
one
just like,
time. I remember this one
not,
time I had drugged a whole bottle of tequila and a whole bottle of whiskey, and I was perfectly fine. And I was perfectly fine because I just made that whole thing up because I don't drink.
oh yeah, I know you don't. Well, I mean, you've been drunk like one time.
Yeah, I hid my own keys. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. See, the thing was, it was for me. It was just kind of like I like for me that was like a special occasion because we had it was a party that
Yeah.
everybody threw for me. So I was just like, yeah, I'm like, usually I go anywhere or I'm drinking at home. I cap myself at what the equivalent of like 2 cups would be. Like that's my cap. and I'm perfectly okay. Like I had like 5 hardcore mixed drinks, and just I was completely fine. The only thing that sucked is when I started drinking, I didn't eat. So after like that first drink, I was like feeling a little sickish. And once we got like the appetizers, I was like, let me get some of those real quick. And like 5 to 10 minutes later, like, I'm all good. Like I am like back to where I was. Like let's fucking go. And it's just like I just straight up felt fine like the whole time. Like I never got a hangover or anything. So I'm like, cool. So it's like, hey, I'm happy I'm Irish, and happy from what I'm told, my dad was Irish, and he could apparently hold his liquor. So, I'm happy that I got that from him. Not saying I want to get fucked up and shit, because I don't, but like, yeah, just like happy about it. It's like I would have to try really hard to get absolutely sloshed. So yeah, that's just happy about it. But yeah, looking forward to just drinking a bit, looking at the sunset on the beach, and I'm probably gonna be going down to the beach a couple nights when it's going, the sun's setting, because it's gonna be nice. Maybe do a little fishing on the beach. Who knows?
Stepping on the beach to do.
You know it, bro. I'm probably not gonna bring the right setup to go fishing on the beach. I'm just gonna be honest.
Oh yeah,
But
saltwater fishing is
'cause
different than freshwater.
well, I mean, I've saltwater fished a few times. I'm more for freshwater. Like most of my gear is more for freshwater. But um, for any of you guys who on here who looked at my Instagram, I know I haven't posted anything on my Instagram probably a good like month to 2 months. I'm slacking on that, guys. I'm sorry, but back before I moved over a year ago, like around a year ago, if you guys looked at my Instagram, I went fishing every week, and I was posting the pictures I took from fishing on there. And I think if you guys look in some of those, I think you might be able to see like the rod. The rod and reel reel I used most of the time. I had like this little like pocket telescopic rod that, when fully extended out, was like maybe 2.5 feet long. They kind of like blew up at one point. A lot of people really just liked them because the rods themselves were actually really freaking good. But the reels would just suck. So I actually ended up replacing the reel on my rod. Um, and I basically like I would, it was big enough when it was collapsed that it just slightly stuck out of my CamelBak bag, which I turned into basically a tackle box. So like, yeah, like I literally have a rod with all my tackle and shit that I can just throw on my back and go anywhere with. And I fucking love it. It is not what you want to use for saltwater fishing, like on the beach. Well, I mean, for at least like on the beach, like you definitely don't want to do that shit. Um, tied too strong for the setup I got. But like if I see some spots where it's like I could definitely fish here, like maybe if we were close by a pier or something, I would possibly try fishing on the pier. Specifically just try to see if I can fish under it, because might catch me something there. Not expecting anything too crazy, but yeah, might try to fish. Looking forward to it. I'm just happy. I'm finally really getting to go on a vacation. It's like I'm 26 years old, and I'm not gonna lie, this is like my first actual vacation as an adult. Like I've never been able to do this before, really. Like, after I turned 18, moved and everything, like I, moved out of my parents' house, like our adopted parents' house. I just wasn't able to do this before. So now it's like I have the opportunity to go on vacation. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah, going on vacation for the first time once you've like established yourself is a really like odd feeling.
Well, I mean, what's even weirder too is like the jobs I've had never were very bad about overtime. It was like when I worked at Sunny's, the only way we got overtime is we actually, or I'm sorry, the only time we got PTO was we had to basically work overtime. And our whatever we accumulated would disappear after a year, after we started. So like if I started like September 15th, any PTO I have expires September 15th next year. And they don't tell you have PTO. Like they straight up don't tell you. Like I literally learned I had a shit ton of PTO that literally basically got expired and shit, and I was pretty pissed off. um I tried to get like a little lawsuit going over that shit, because they don't tell you any of that. At first I was told I actually don't get PTO whatsoever, and then when management changed and I found out I did, you can understand I was pretty pissed.
I don't blame you.
um and it was like I literally had a vacate tried to have like a vacation set up for Christmas time, and I got screwed out of the PTO I had saved up for it, which really pissed me off. Like I had like 60 hours I was gonna use, and then they're just like, "Oh, yep, nope, you don't have PTO anymore." So I literally at one point had like a month to try to literally get as much PTO as I could, and or it was like a month and a half. And in like the time of 1 month, I worked so much overtime. I had like 20 hours of PTO, and my general manager was so pissed off about that he literally went and changed my schedule to where I couldn't accrue PTO anymore. Like he was like I had some real piece of shit man, general manager
Oh yeah,
back
no.
in.
I always tell people, companies aren't your friends. If they can rip your PTO out of your hands, they're probably going to do it.
Oh yeah, they will. What's nice is where I'm at now at the hospital. My PTO doesn't expire, which is fucking great. And I'm just gonna say it's like right now, I already have like over 100 hours of PTO. I have almost 3 weeks worth of PTO, which is like insane to me. And I'm only using 40 of it to cover this, so it's one of those things where my job, I'm guaranteed each year to basically at least get I think like 4 weeks of PTO. That's just like if I'm working 40 hours. I'm pretty sure it's like four weeks or just about 4 weeks. Um so yeah, like the cap for PTO is stupidly high. There's like one person I found out who has like over 300 hours of PTO saved up. Um
I used to work with a guy who would save up his PTO so he would go on vacation for 6 months at a time.
Dude, that's insane.
Legit, he would just leave the country and come back once his PTO was done.
That's pretty fucking insane.
Oh yeah, guy was a
Like
unit.
like I would love to do that shit. I imagine he probably worked a shit ton of overtime to get more.
I don't know if I can say his name because he had like, but I
I
wanted to say because he has a funny name, but
I,
I
I,
won't.
I wouldn't just to be safe. That's why I avoided sharing the name of the person I know who has like 300 hours PTO. I like never take off of work, so like yeah, like I've been working at the hospital for literally um I want to say no, I think 10 months now, and I've only taken off work one day because I was like super sick. Like I was extremely fucked up. Like like the thing with me, the way I tell, and this is gonna sound so stupid, the way I tell if I'm too sick to go into work, the first thing you have to do as a man when you or as a guy when you wake up, you have to pee.
If you can't find the energy to piss, you can't go to work.
if I can't, yeah, like if I can't physically get up to go pee, or if I am struggling to piss, there's a problem, and I can't go into work. Like if I'm literally standing there, like peeing, and like I'm fucking like dizzy, kind of like swing, like I guess say like not being, like I'm trying to stand still, but I'm swaying and shit. Like I'm just like about to pat. Like no, I can't go to work. I am fucking. I will try to get a hold of, I will try to text a boss or call the dietary office if I can, whichever is easier. And my ass is going back to sleep.
One of my
Like,
good rules of thumbs is if I can't see straight.
oh yeah, that too. That's another thing.
So like I'm on some medication, blah blah blah. But basically, one of the side effects is like really hard dizziness. And for the most part, I can deal with it pretty well. I've gotten accustomed to it because it's not very frequent. But if I can't handle being dizzy after after teaching myself to handle being dizzy, then I can't. Then I'm no, fuck that. Yeah, fuck that.
Oh man, just so looking forward to it. I need to, I need to pack up some manga I gotta take with me. I gotta do laundry tomorrow morning. Because I'm gonna be heading out probably around like 3 o'clock. So I'm doing laundry tomorrow. And then I'm probably, obviously, gonna pack my clothes. I'm probably gonna pack a little bit of manga to bring with me. I don't know. I mean, I kind of think I know what I want to bring. Um, I think I'm probably gonna bring the current like the um. Well, I mean, Fist of the North Stars is an old manga, but they're Viz is doing like the hardback reprints, and I'm currently on volume 8, which is like the newest volume out right now. So I'm probably gonna bring that with me. Maybe I don't know, maybe a volume or two of like Children of the Sea. Uh, Dolphy, can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Did 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 I tell you about Children of the Sea?
No.
Okay, so it's this old manga from like the like I think it's like mid 2000s. I think by the time we got it, it was like it was like 2000 and like I think 9 when we got it, like 3 or 4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it was Viz printed it. Yeah, I think it was Viz, if I remember correctly, or no, it was like either that or like Seven Seas. I can't remember now. Pretty sure it was Viz though. If I'm wrong, and if you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm wrong. Don't be mad at me. I'm sorry, guys.
What are
Um,
you talking about?
so
Be pissed at him. Be so fucking
yeah,
pissed at him. Like, how could he make
but
this mistake?
here's the thing. Volume 1 and 2 is super easy to find. Volumes 3, 4, and 5 are absolutely fucking ridiculous. I got very lucky, and I literally managed to get volumes 1 through 4 for like $70. Which is like already insane because volumes like 3 and 4 are like averaging like $50 a piece. So that's ridiculous right there. If I'm looking to get an English copy of Volume 5 as of right now, I have only found one English copy for sale here in the US. I'm looking at $150.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, like some manga issues are really weirdly expensive. Like last time I heard, the issue of the Pokemon manga that had Jesse and James get married and have a baby is the only expensive copy.
Yeah, that's just and Yu Yu Hakusho, my favorite anime, okay?
Yeah, the one that's really bad.
Motherfucker, I will bitch slap you for that.
Hey, I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Calm down.
Yu Yu Hakusho is truly a great masterpiece. It is awesome. I love it. It is my favorite fucking anime. Okay,
Like
I will. People want to say it's bad. We got problems. Yeah,
uh,
I'll be like fucking Wayne from Letterkenny over here.
it's definitely a piece of its time, I will admit, but it's pretty good for
Yes,
what it was part of.
yes. Anyways, I was looking into getting that manga, and I found out. You want to know when the manga finally got printed here?
Hmm?
2013.
Really?
16 years after the anime. Like I'm literally like looking the series up on it. Not at the moment. When I was looking at the printing dates for that manga was in circulation in 2013. I'm just like, holy shit. But my whole thing with this, that series in particular, there is 4 volumes that are stupidly expensive, and it's just like just 4 volumes out of I think it's like 17 or 18 if I remember correctly. And the thing was like I read almost all of the manga because my library, the library I went to in Ocala, had it. Like they had almost every single volume. So it was like I read through the manga, I watched the anime. That anime is so good. It is the only anime that once I finished, I immediately rewatched. I have never done that with another anime.
I've
It
done
was
that with
so
Space
good.
Dandy.
Well, Space Dandy's great.
Well, he's a dandy
Space
guy in
Dandy's pretty good.
space.
Okay, I'll take that back. I would say Cowboy Bebop. I
Cowboy
did it
Bebop
with
is
I
like
did it with Cowboy Bebop, but it wasn't like I just straight up binged it again.
no, Cowboy Bebop is a better anime than Space Dandy, but I love Space Dandy more than Cowboy Bebop, if that makes
Well,
sense.
Space Dandy's just it. When you look at Space Dandy and Cowboy Bebop,
They're two
they're different. They
they're
feel different.
two completely different anime,
Yeah,
so judging them is kind of
yeah.
makes no sense.
It's weird because I saw a thing where basically there was a thing there was like a I think it's like a thing in Space Danny references something random in Cowboy Bebop, basically confirming that it's supposed to be like a sequel. Like it was like there was some weird
I
shit
don't
on
know if
that.
it would classify as a sequel, but what happens that I'm pretty sure you're talking about is in Space Dandy there is a weird planet that's about like dreams of being dead, and in particular one of the like pieces of architecture is the glass panel that Spike was thrown through, I believe, at one of the ending areas, one of the endings of the like the fight with Vicious
Yeah.
in that church. Yeah, that when he was thrown, when they were one of them was thrown through the glass. That glass panel, whole structure church is in Space Dandy.
All right. Um, both really good animes. I mean, I'm just gonna say both really good series. Um, but yeah, like Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the just going on to the random mangas that are expensive. Yu Yu Hakusho has like 4 of them, but it's not like I'm spending $150 for one volume. It's I think more around like the $50 to $60 mark when I looked. Um, Good luck trying to find Ultimate Muscle if you remember that series.
I actually don't. What's it about?
So it was basically it was an anime that was on 4Kids, which I fucking loved the opening theme. That was just like 4Kids made bad opening themes, but it was like they were kind of good. The opening theme for Ultimate Muscle was an absolute banger. I think I'm just gonna say it. I don't care what anybody says. That was actually not bad. But it was basically like intergalactic federal, like intergalactic wrestling and stuff. It was so fucking cool. I love it. It was awesome. It's like one of those animes like I really remembered as a kid. That and I really remember Kirby Right Back at You. I watched the mess out of those. But like I was thinking about Ultimate Muscle Day and like I was looking at that manga. Holy shit! I think the cheapest one I saw was like $48 for like a single volume. Like though that series, like volumes are going up into the hundreds. It's insane. And it's like that on almost every single volume I saw. Like I'm like, you know what? I understand this is a really older series, like early 2000s. I am hard passing on that. Like I might make bank, but I'm not willing to pay those types of prices.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if it was like one volume, I would, but nah, not for like every volume, especially since it's like standard typical 200-page length. Whereas like you know Children of the Sea, those volumes are at least around 350 pages. Like you know, basically practically double, almost double what the standard length of a manga, like a volume of manga is. So, um, shit, it's gonna suck when I have to when I buy volume 5. Like, oh man, it's like I want to finish it, and at the same time, like I'm also like I'm not looking forward to paying like 150 something dollars for that.
I don't blame you.
Uh,
Like, like we know what money is like, and the moment we spend it, we're like, oh god, it hurts.
yeah, well, I mean, at the same time too, like my bills are like practically nothing. Like all my bills together is like what maybe a little under or like around 300 a month. So it's just like throwing 150 like that really isn't that much for me.
Mine aren't exactly that
um,
low, but I live in an area with a high cost of living, unfortunately. Goddamn tourists.
yeah, well, I mean, the thing is too, you're also renting.
It's not even that
I'm not.
it's not that even that I'm renting. The area here just has a crazy high cost of living.
Understandable.
Like, so I was working at the gas station before I started working where I work now, and I have met multiple realtors who would come in and I just have small talk. And almost every time they would bring up how they're trying to sell houses, and some of them sell for millions and they can't get rid of them.
Jeez.
Like, dude, shit's expensive.
I'm surprised. Like, I mean, it's also the keys.
Yeah,
Keys is just in general like really fucking expensive.
well, the problem is that the locals want to live here. Cause listen, I love the Keys. I love this. I love Key West so much. You have no clue, and it is a fucking bitch to live here because there's not much to do. So you have to be ready to leave town if you want to do anything cool. Unless you're like really big on the ocean. I like fishing, boating, and stuff like that. Fair, not as much, but we make do with other stuff because there's like a lot of fancy restaurants and stuff here that I can take her to. But if so, kids growing up here, unless they absolutely love those things, they can't go anywhere. And then just you have a bunch of crazy people coming from like Miami and shit like that, just destroying the place. And not just Miami, like New Yorkers, I think are probably one of the better examples.
Mm.
They show up here, it'll be like 70 degrees, which is like cold for some of the people here, and they'll start like act like they're dying. And suddenly, when people are on
Jeez.
vacation, they forget the entirety of the world has rules.
Yeah.
Like, we have stickers on our cars down here that say, not everyone here is on vacation.
Whew. I mean, honestly, I can understand that. I kind of imagine, like, like I can't imagine the tourists.
According to Farron, it is a very common occurrence to have people come in and forget that they're in America.
Yeah, I mean, aren't most of the people um aren't most of the people there like from America too?
Yeah, well, like everyone, like Key West is part of the U.S. It's part of Florida, but for whatever reason, people forget that that's the case. Otherwise, you'd need a passport to get here. So they'll come here and be like, "Wow, I've never been outside of the U.S." And then the locals just have to sit there and look at them like, "Yep, that's how that is. You're outside of the U.S." Because if you scare them off, you're hurting the economy.
Oh man, sorry if I seem a little distracted. My little sister's texting me real quick.
You're good.
Um, she like never texts me and shit.
I'm
We
playing
don't really
Fear and
talk.
Hunger, so I know how you. I'm not exactly the most clear-headed either. By the way, if anyone
Mhm.
hasn't played it, Fear and Hunger is awesome. It is just a fucking bitch.
Are we getting sponsored by Fear and Hunger?
I wish.
Then don't plug it in. ABC Liquor, please sponsor. No, actually, I'm kidding. I don't want to be sponsored by that.
I'd be
I'm
fine with
kidding,
it.
bro.
Listen, man, if we can get sponsored by ABC Liquor, you're sucking it up, and we're gonna go to ABC Liquor.
I, but what if I don't wanna?
That I will respect your choice, but listen, man, do you know what we would get paid for getting sponsored by ABC Liquor?
We could be getting paid a lot.
We probably get paid like max $20, but that's $20 more than like what we're making now.
You know what I could? Yeah, so $20 divided by two, that's 10. You know what I can do with that $10?
Buy 10 items from the dollar store.
No, I could walk in an ABC Liquor and buy a bottle of Smirnoff since it's on sale. Give them that money right back.
It loops around. That's how they get you. Guaranteed alcohol sales.
God darn it.
I used to know a guy who he was telling me when he was younger, his parents would go into ABC to get wine or something, and he had noticed that the blocks on the ABC sign look like those blocks you go to play with when you're like a little kid. So he would get upset because in his like child mind, his parents were going in and playing without him. So he would always want to go
Oh,
in, and it's a liquor store, so you can't take your kid in there.
jeez. You know, I'm not gonna lie. As a little kid, I was always kind of confused with ABC Liquor because the whole Billion Blocks thing, and on their logo, and I was told it was like an adult store. Um, I was just as a child, like I was so confused about it. Um, like I don't know, like I feel like their logo really just gives off a lot of like mixed vibes.
Yeah, like growing up, I also thought they were like a weird kid store or something because it doesn't really make any sense as to why you would have like that as your logo.
Yeah, but anyways, we're not sadly. I don't think we'll ever be sponsored by ABC Liquor, and we're probably never going to be sponsored by the dev team of
Actually, it's
what was
one
it?
person.
Okay, well, we'll probably that person will probably never sponsor us because we're just two randos on YouTube that basically.
Hell, I'll sponsor this game for free.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is we're basically two randos online on YouTube that basically make Yu-Gi-Oh content, which this video is not even Yu-Gi-Oh content. This is the Pondcast where
We are
we
talking
just kind
about
of talk.
it's a
We just talk about whatever.
it's the
Like,
podcast where we're complaining about how we don't talk about Yu-Gi-Oh content.
like literally, guys, the whole point of the podcast is supposed to be something that, me and the editor here do, where we basically, I mean, we've talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I think in every podcast except this one. I think it's the first one where we didn't talk about the game.
It's
Um,
surprisingly hard to come up with topics for a podcast, which I think is the funniest part.
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but it's like, it's just this is meant to be like some more chilled out content and such. For those who really want to, I guess you could say in a sense, get to know who the Aqua Duelist really is, and basically learn who the editor really is. Because like honestly, the podcast really, I just feel, gives gives a chance for us to shed light of who we really are. Not saying we're not ourselves when we're making Yu-Gi-Oh content.
Casey, I'm clearly the man with Elon Musk's voice. What are you talking about?
I don't know. You don't sound like Elon Musk right now.
My throat hurts.
I, I bet it does.
You know, if I
I
wanted
bet.
to, you can't hear it, but the recording can. I could just go onto the thing and start using Elon Musk's voice.
Listen here, motherfucker. I don't want to talk to Elon Musk. I want to talk to you.
I wouldn't want to talk to him either. Have you met him? He's an asshole.
Uh, you know, from watching the episode of Rick and Morty where they basically, meet the Elon Musk with tusks, I would imagine he's an asshole.
They had to make a version of him that was not an asshole in their show.
Uh, and then there's the whole Twitter thing where you're verified and such. Oh my
Honestly,
god.
anything I complain about has nothing to do with the Twitter thing. I could care less about that, aside
I
from the fact that he just burnt that much money.
I just think it's hilarious.
Honestly, it is, but the problem is a man with that much money is toying with our economy.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, like this is the whole point. It's literally basically, I guess you could say, a chance for you guys to get to really see who we are, and we get to have some fun making this content, because it's the podcast. It can literally be about whatever the hell we want. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, it's nice at some point to actually make content that's like not Yu-Gi-Oh related, even though our whole thing is we make Yu-Gi-Oh content. I mean, you got to slip out something that's not related to the type of content we do every once in a while. Try something different and such. Like,
Like, I don't even really play Yu-Gi-Oh at this point. Like, I have cards. I love the game. It's just I don't really play.
yeah, well, I mean, you're in Key West. There's nowhere to really play there. But
Yeah.
before when you moved there, I mean, motherfucker, you were literally playing Yu-Gi-Oh basically every day with
Oh
us.
yeah. Honestly, I
Like,
really play Yu-Gi-Oh more for the community aspect than anything.
oh yeah, like for any of you guys who don't know how me and him met, back when we were in college, way back in the day of like 2016. Oh my god, we're fucking old. Holy shit. Um, oh my god, that was like what, 8 years ago. I can't math today. Oh my god. Yeah, like we literally basically met because a group of people who played Yu-Gi-Oh would meet up in the cafeteria every day, and we when we weren't doing class, when we weren't in classes, we were there playing Yu-Gi-Oh. That's just what it was. Like, yeah, that's how we met each other, and so it was awesome, as an adult, going to college, going to school, doing classes, hanging out, choosing to hang out in the cafeteria pretty much, like most of the day and just play Yu-Gi-Oh because I was a part-time. I think we were all part-time students back then.
Um, I was
I,
trying to
I
be
think
full time, but clearly that didn't go anywhere.
I think like there was only one person who was maybe full-time, but yeah, we were all like technically part-time students, but we all just basically liked Yu-Gi-Oh. We liked hanging out with each other and shit. So we would basically spend like the almost the full day just playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Like we'd go to the college for the day, play Yu-Gi-Oh, go to our classes when we had them, come back, play more Yu-Gi-Oh together until like what, like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like for me, it was like at one point I remember like I had a class in the morning and then I had a class that was basically at night. So like I basically was like, I don't really want to go. Yeah, I think my class was like around like 10 o'clock or something. So it was just like I don't want to like go to a class that's like 10 to like around like 10 to like 11:30 and then go home and then come back for another class that's at like 6 o'clock to like 8, like around 8. Like I didn't want to deal with that, or around 7:38. I didn't want to deal with that. So I just stayed there for the whole day. So like I would, it was something like I consider when, you know, picking my classes and such. So yeah, that's like how we met and stuff. Like fun times. I miss it. But stuff can't just stay the same forever.
Oh yeah, I that is a realization I had to come to.
Yeah, I think we all had to come to that realization. I think we all knew we weren't gonna be able to stay there forever doing that, and we would all have different paths we have to take and such. And I think we all really just wanted that time we had to last as long as it could. And you could tell like our last year, we were really trying to hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of us really kind of felt that.
And the thing is, as time went on, our schedules didn't line up, and just one thing after another, and it was such a
Yeah,
nightmare.
it wasn't like an immediate thing. It was literally our lives started to go down different directions to the point where it's just like we couldn't do this. And I remember, I think at one point, wasn't it like only like we literally shrunk down to like a group, to the group being like maybe like 5 people at some point,
Mm-hmm.
and then like that was kind of it. Um, like yeah, like it sucked. Um, oh man, it was a good time though. It sucked that ended. Um,
The way it did, yeah.
yeah, but speaking of things never staying the same, I have some really awesome news, guys. So
Are you
this
finally
room
off
that
meth?
I was never on meth to begin with.
I was
So
joking with you.
this room that I've spent so long trying to renovate, to basically be my room, I pretty much finished it enough to the point where I can basically move into this room now. After like 8 months, like 8 to 10 months of trying to work on it. Other shit in the house breaking and problems happening. I've had to basically on and off like stop working on it and such. But yeah, I'm finally at the point where like holy crap, like I can finally put a bed and everything in there. Like I remember that room literally being like covered in like all types of trash and shit. There were holes in the walls and stuff, and like all that's been like patched up. I put new flooring in there. Um, put a door and door frame in there, painted everything, and I mean the only thing I haven't touched is like the closet and one of the windows because the windows like boarded up. But I didn't mess with the closet because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, and I think I know what I want to do now for the closet. So that's going to be like a whole nother project because I'm going to have to like custom build some shelving units and shit for it because it's a huge closet. Like I'm at the point where basically I'm like after vacation, like I'm ordering me a bed to put in there, and
Dude,
I'm
I
probably gonna.
remember like you getting that room. Like I remember being there when you had just started it, and the actual difference like that you've put into it is amazing.
Oh yeah, like he's seen it. He is like physically seen how bad this room was. I think wasn't it like when you saw it, didn't I have like wasn't it like I think the walls, like the holes in the walls are patched up and I think maybe one wall was painted.
Like all the walls were red, though there were still holes in the wall. The door barely sat on it. Like the floor was fucked up. You fixed everything in that room. Like your that room just no longer belongs in that house.
Yeah, like it was insane. It was a real pain in the ass. I think the electrical, oh my God. So for any of you guys who don't know, I have an old house. It was built in 73. So
So was I.
the the wiring in this house is no longer technically up to code. So or up to like the current standards. So you have to basically it's like I either have to do like copper wire conversions or I basically have to have the whole house rewired in copper in order to get like homeowners insurance or like home insurance and shit. Um Whoever fucking did the wiring for that room did some really weird shit and we found out we I think we spent like I think it was like 2 hours trying to fix this shit or to like working on this. Should have been like a 20-minute job that turned into like 2.5 hours. And that's literally how like everything in this house has been that I've worked on. Something that should take like 20-30 minutes is turned into like a fucking day, half a day ordeals because it just shit was not done right. We found out that at the end of the day, um, one of the I think it was like I think I can't remember if it's an outlet and I know it's like the like trying to think like on the ceiling where you put like a light and shit like a light. It's one of those and I think maybe an outlet in the hallway is actually on the exact same circuit for my room on the breaker board and apparently whoever like last was in there messing with the wiring and stuff did some wiring incorrectly and made it where like it would jump um the stuff in the hallway, like skip over it. But then like one of the outlets was like not wired like right at all. So like we fix that, we get everything wired up right. Room doesn't have power. So we're just like, oh, what the hell? So we're checking and then it's like everything's wired correct or it was like one outlet was saying it wasn't wired correctly but we're looking at charts and stuff it's wired correctly. So yeah, like that's how we found like after like an hour we found out of that one of the lights out in the hallway was like on the same circuit and shit. It's been a pain in the ass. Like it sucked. But luckily it's all the whole room's wired. I got the copper conversions going on. I'm not paying to have the whole house rewired with copper wiring. Like screw that. That's too much. Um, so yeah, sucks, but that's basically how everything has been. Like in a literal nutshell, guys. Um, Old houses are a pain in the ass. It sucks. Do I regret it? Nope. A house is a house, but it's a pain in the ass. Oh, Duffy, how many times have I called you up just to like rant about bullshit that wasn't done right?
Oh, easily a few times.
Yeah, like,
Just
oh,
for
it's like
anybody who's
every
never
time.
done renovations, um, a lot of times what you'll do is you'll go back and you'll find things where they cut corners, which don't affect the house until you have to re-renovate it. Then that's when the problem starts.
And I'm just gonna say it. I started doing this with no idea what the fuck I was doing.
Like electrical's like one of the most inconvenient parts because you mess with the wire, like you just move the shit 2 inches, you gotta call an electrician.
Oh, see, the thing is with the wiring, I remember I told my cousin I was not gonna mess with the wiring unless he was here. Like I wanted a second person here for safety reasons. And basically anything when it came to wiring, he strictly decided to do because it was like he did it for his house. Um, and the thing I was so happy about that because it's like I'm too afraid to fuck with the wiring here. The only thing that sucks is though like anytime he's here helping me, I always feel like the little kid who's like quote helping unquote their dad at
I'm just helping my dad in
adult
the garage as he screams at you
yeah
and makes
like
you hand him one piece at a time.
yeah like how it's like the dad's just like hand me this tool or hand me this piece.
Son,
Like
we
I feel
built
like that.
Son, we built it. Dad, I handed you a screwdriver 2 times.
Yeah, like I feel like honestly I feel like that's me when I have him helping, but it's like I'm also like not trying to complain or anything. Like I'm watching him trying to learn how to do this stuff, but at the same time, I feel bad because it's like maybe he's doing like I feel like he's doing too much and I'm doing too little.
Yeah.
Really just great guy, but it's like yeah, I do feel bad about it sometimes. I'm like, dang,
Don't think about it too much. If you do, you'll make yourself feel worse.
yeah. Like I appreciate everything he does when he helps me. Um, and there's just like some things like I look at, I'm like just too afraid to do. Um, but yeah, like I'm just happy. After I go on vacation, I think it's like I think literally I come back and like the next day I get paid. So like I've already decided on like a bed frame. I'm looking at mattresses. Um, I found a frame I like for like 150 mattresses. I'm looking around for like those like memory foam cooling gel mattresses. Like I've been looking at those on Amazon. They're like in the $200 to $300 range. So like I'm excited. It's gonna be nice to have a bed again. Um, it's gonna be weird because I'm going on vacation. I'm just like I'm gonna be sleeping in a bed.
Hey,
Like I
you've been
can't.
couching it since you've been working on your room, right?
Yeah, I've literally been couching this the whole time. Like I've been like literally I remember at one point my aunt was like, "Let me order you a bed." Like soon after I started, I'm just like, "No," because if I do that, I'm gonna have to take it apart, put it in the room, rebuild it, and shit. I'm like, "No, I just want it. I want to wait till I'm done." And I didn't realize how hard this was gonna be. I was thinking, oh, a few months, bada bing, bada boom, I'm ready to move. It's done. And no, that's not the case, especially with an old house, because chances are, if you think it's wrong, or if you just remotely think something's wrong, chances are it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a single thing that I've tried to work on where it didn't lead into another problem or it wasn't, or like it just went easy. That's never happened. Everything's been hard.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Ooh, thunderstorm.
Um, Nothing is ever easy. So, so yeah, just really happy about that. Oh, I know my cats are gonna be happy, because that means they can sleep with me on the bed. Um, Oh, they like my cat Hestia will literally she will sleep on the couch. She'll sleep like on me, or she sleeps on this little nightstand thing, which is literally right next to the couch. Like she has to stay close by me when I go to bed usually. Like when she wants to sleep, most of the time she's got to be right by me. So I already know she's gonna be super excited. Yuna is gonna be so happy. Because like before I moved, anytime I would sleep, they were always on the bed with me. Usually, they would be pretty much like by my feet, or they would be like cuddled up right on me. So I'm looking forward to that again. Like cats are great. Love my cats.
Yeah, I'm more of a
I
dog guy,
mean,
but cats ain't bad.
I'm for both. And I didn't really realize, like, I've had cats as a little kid, but I didn't realize how much I really like cats until I got Hestia. And it was really weird. Because when I got Hestia, it was just like I was expecting something so different than what I got.
Yeah, all things considered, you got a pretty good cat.
I mean, dude, like the thing is, like Hestia now compared to Hestia when I got her is so different. Like the Hestia I have now is literally what I wanted, and I was so disappointed that when I got Hestia that she wasn't like that. Like I was so disappointed. Like I genuinely just kind of felt that what you call it, that the way when I got her, I genuinely thought that like that's just it was just kind of like that's it where she's my cat when she want like she'll pretty much just come to me when she wants something. She wasn't really like she is now, where now she's like she's got to be over here like sleeping by me and stuff, staying close by. um like pretty much anytime I get home and like I answer the like I walk into the door, coming from when I'm coming home from work, like she's either already there or she's running up to the door. Like I was so worried, thinking like she wouldn't get to this point, and like I'm actually happy that she is. Like I didn't think she'd get to it. Like what I have now is literally what I was wanting.
Yeah, some
And
animals, like, they just pick up on the owner's cues, if that makes any sense.
yeah, I mean it is what it is. Like it was just like I like I said, I was just worried because it was just like when I got her, it was like I think it was after like I want to say a few days, she started like sleeping on like the end of the bed. Like she'd sleep on like one corner, like opposite from me, about down by my feet, except like far corner, whatever and stuff. And it was just kind of it was more of just kind of I'm here, you're here type of deal. And I was like, I hope it. I genuinely I genuinely thought I was gonna stay like that, because after having her for like I want to say like a year, it still was kind of like that to an extent. Um, so I just thought this is just how it is, I guess. And like half a year later, she's she's turning into the cat I wanted, and I'm like, this is awesome. So and then I got like little Yuna. I got her. I want to say after like having Hestia, I think like 8 months, or I feel like maybe like around 8 months or so. I got Yuna because I was picking up like a bunch of overtime from work. I was already doing like 2 doubles a week, but I got to the point where I was doing like 4 doubles a week, and I only had 2 days off. So, and then it's like half the time I'd be like gone for most time. I'd be gone for like half the days on my days off. So it was like I wanted to get a second cat, so she'd have some like she'd have company and stuff with her when I was gone, because I wasn't gonna do like 3 to 4 doubles a week forever. But it was getting to the point where it was going on for I want to say like 2 to 3 weeks consistently. So That's when I got a second cat.
Yeah, I can't have pets right now. At my current location, the homeowner association here is surprisingly strict.
You know, I'm happy I don't have homeowners association. I hate homeowners associations.
I don't blame you.
Too many. I've heard too many horror stories, and I know my adopted family, they have one, and my mom or my adopted mom, I think she's like the treasurer for the homeowners association now. But like I've heard some shit, and I'm just like I am so happy I don't gotta deal with this.
Mine, for the most
Like,
part, leave us alone. It's just basically keep quiet and then no one will fuck with you.
well, I think like one of the things I hate is like, you know, you go to paint your house blue, and the homeowner association's like, oh, well, you can't paint your house blue. Well, why can't I fucking paint my house blue? Well, because we said so.
There was a woman in the neighborhood who had a pet ferret, and they threatened to evict her out of her own home because she owns the home.
I mean, can they? If she own like actually owns, it's fully paid for and every like. I don't think they can evict her at that point.
But they were willing to pick a fight, which is more the issue.
What'd you say, Dolphy?
What I mean is like they were willing to pick a fight
I
because
mean, it's. I mean, the thing is, the homeowners association doesn't own that home. The lady does,
I
so
mean
they. I don't think. I don't think they can evict her for
I
it.
want to say it works like they own the land
Well, no,
because
because the thing is, when you buy a home, you technically buy the property. So basically, anything from like your backyard up to like the sidewalk is yours, or you know the mailbox. Anything past the mailbox to the edge of the backyard, you know, the edge of the backyard, which is supposed to be like you know the perimeter, like that is your property. That is your land. You pay for that. That's what that is.
let's see here.
Like if literally if I wanted to, if there was an empty plot of land in this neighborhood, I could literally
Oh,
buy it.
listen.
What's up?
Florida, from the FloridaLegalAdvice.com. Yes, Florida law does allow the homeowner association to file for foreclosure.
Oh boy,
They can foreclose your home while you're in it.
what's that? What does that mean?
In a nutshell, you're not staying in your house.
Oh, that's fucked up.
You know how like if you can't pay your mortgage, they take your house.
Yeah.
To quote what I just read, it's faster.
So basically, it's not they can evict you. They just say you can't live there.
Basically, they take the ability for you to live there. Yeah.
I mean, that's fucked up. But then the thing is, they'll net. I mean, the thing is, you still own the property.
What's really weird is like I don't know, like the way land is managed in general has always been weird to me.
I mean, the way land is managed here in the U.S. is fucking terrible. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Ultimate muscle. Sorry, it's still stuck on my mind. I wish I had a GameCube right now. They had a fighting game for Ultimate Muscle on the GameCube. Can't remember if it was only for the GameCube, but it was fun. It was awesome. It was a fun game back in the day. Uh, you know what surprisingly sucked.
What?
You know Yu Yu Hakusho had a fighting game.
Oh yeah, I think I played that with you once.
Yeah, the Dark Tournament fighting game.
Oh yeah, and
Like,
like it was incredibly broken and like barely worked.
oh, it's not even the fact that it barely worked. It's just the game was incredibly broken. Like, literally, why do characters have like? It's like you look at Yusuke, and it's like, why does this dude have like? 3 pages of combos when we get to other characters. Like, why do they only have one? And it's like not even a full page. Like, literally, nobody. It's like nobody really tried to battle. It's like they tried to make the game, but then nobody tried to balance the game whatsoever.
So there are a lot of games that are based on pre-existing like IPs that are very clearly not going to work, and they know that, and they make it anyways. I remember I was forget who it was, but I was playing on a person's Switch, and they had just bought this Adventure Time game, and I shit you not, in the first 5 minutes, I crashed the game. Do you know
Wow,
how?
how?
So what happened was, I don't. The way video game collision works is you have to decide what is and isn't collision. So
Okay.
I had hit a point so perfectly that that I fell off the collision, but I wasn't going down.
Oh,
So what happens next is that since I can't go downwards, but I'm not hitting anything, because some maps have like a maximum down you can go. So
yeah.
I'm stuck at 0, but the game says I haven't landed. And it gets to a point where the numbers that are going, it keeping track of me, quite literally begin to just fuck up everything. The screen can't run, everything's like phasing.
Holy shit. Um, since we're talking about this, I want to point something out. Anybody like you know about Subnautica, right?
Yeah.
You know I love Subnautica, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Great game. So I was playing Subnautica on the Switch when the game got the double pack, Subnautica and Subnautica, like below zero for Switch. I picked it up because I heard I've seen so much stuff for Subnautica, and one of my coworkers at Sunny's really got me into the game, and it's just I couldn't PC game, so it was just like I was stuck watching videos and such. I was playing through, and it's one of the areas where you basically go into the entrance of the Lost River. And it's the entrance specifically where the room will in the Lost River where the big fucking skull was. Um, which is like at the bottom of like of this like giant like abyss crevice, or like like crevice type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was going down there with the prawn suit, and I jumped from the top of this crevice down. I picked up enough speed and velocity falling in the prawn suit where I phased through the ground and kept falling.
Um, so
And
for those who don't know, some games calculate speed by you moving distance and not necessarily with physics. So if you go fast enough, you're technically moving, instead of one by one, you're moving 1 to 80 to 81 to like 160. So basically, Casey, you were going so fast, you were moving more than the floor was thick.
wow.
Is my
Um
guess. I don't know how the game's engine runs.
I don't know, but that happened. I learned when I figured that shit out. Um I I really was like, I want to see how far down I can go. So I got to the point where literally like I just flew down, like fell down and in the prawn suit to the point where the prawn suit literally could not take the pressure anymore, and like basically broke and exploded. And then I went down even deeper using like the little I forget what the thing was called, but it's like like the little like jet, like the little like jet thing that scuba divers can hold on to that makes them go fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I just
about.
forget. I forget what it was. I forget what it's called. I haven't played. I haven't played Subnautica in like 8 months, guys. So
Just
apology here.
imagine what a small industrial fan would look like, but it pulls you in the water.
Yeah, so I took one of those and went straight down. I think I went like I think I went like I think it was like a bit over 5,000 feet, and I got so low to the point where the game spawned me like 20 feet above it, point, like the center of the map where you start. Like it spawned me like 20 feet in the air, like randomly, just like poof, and I was there, and I fell back into the water. Like I went so low to the point where the game spawned me in at the top of the map. Like that's actually kind of ridiculous and kind of funny. Like Subnautica on Switch is kind of, is was pretty was very glitchy at one point. I remember when the game first came out. Um, there was like a glitch going on where basically like renaming the little little like floating locker boxes in the water,
Mm-hmm.
where like if you tried to name those, like you would be stuck in that screen. So yeah, like that was like a real pain in the ass. So like I had to like save every time, before I messed with them and stuff. Um, I've lost, I want to say, of accumulation of probably like a good like 3 to 4 hours of gameplay because of that.
Oh, that's nothing if you play Fear and Hunger.
Oh, I know.
Dude, I found an so occasionally if someone kills you, you don't die and something happens to you. And then it will
Mm,
show it. Like some characters, you'll wake up in a pile of bodies with your legs missing if it kills you.
damn.
What happens with this one is if an infected farmer kills you, you wake up, your legs are missing, and you are in a cage full of with two pigs that begin to eat you.
What the fuck?
You can move your character, might I add. They just begin to eat you.
That's kind of fucked up.
So these games, made by one guy, are cruel, both story and gameplay, and I love it. This game
That
is
is
These games
wow.
are awesome, dude. Like,
I was just saying that's fucked up. Like I'm surprised.
oh, this it gets
That
worse,
would
but that's just
that
one of
would
them.
be a that would be a real shitty way to die.
So one of the first like endings or deaths you can get in the first Fear and Hunger, just the first one, is what happens is that you find a weird ogre-like monster who attacks you with an axe. And a mechanic in this game is you can dismember enemies, but they can dismember you. So first, it cuts off your arm. Then, after it kills you, you wake up with your arm missing still and your legs missing in a pile of dead bodies. What happens next is you crawl out of them and realize you're in a full hallway full of corpses. What you do next is probably you'll go touch the corpses, right? And it
Uh,
says the words, "You should not be doing this."
yeah.
And then a floating
Yeah.
head. Oh, you're breaking up. Can you
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So if you then like touch it again after it says you shouldn't be doing this, a floating head will pop out and it says it's going to kill you. It is the head of a fucking wizard that lives in that pile, like praying, and as you try to fight it, it's winning, but it's not really giving a shit. And at some point, as you try to run, you try to fight, you can't do anything against this guy. He is not your problem. What becomes your problem is the giant monster he just called in.
Oh,
A giant hulking monster every turn moves a bit closer to your character. You can't fight it until it's right up front of you, and no matter what you do to either it or him, it's not hitting them. It's not hurting them. And then it says, then the screen simply goes black, and it says you were crushed by great pressure, and that's how you die. That whole thing is the result of one death.
Damn, this game sounds really great.
Dude, these games are awesome.
I feel like I'd be the person who's like, I don't even care about. I would literally try to figure out all the different ways I can die. Like that's what I would try to do.
There are enemies in this game that literally fist you to death.
That sounds so funny. We are probably thinking about two different types of fisting though.
No, no, no. Like you and I, you know the fisting I'm talking about.
Like in the ass type
Yes, in
fisting,
the ass type fisting.
they fist you in the ass to death.
So what happens is certain enemies have their dicks out.
All right, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. We just straight went to R-rated territory here. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, no,
Probably
no.
should
This game is
probably should put warning up.
um trigger warning from here on out. But there is like a lot. There's a bit of like a sexual assault in the game, and it's specifically towards your character.
Oh my god.
So if you fuck up in the wrong places, there are cutscenes where you are like, you know. Also, to be clear, if anyone wants to play this game, they are really good. There is a mod that cuts out all the gross stuff. So if you don't want to play that part, you don't have to. They cut out all of it. Like everything is edited out, and it's the game's still really fun.
I mean that's still like crazy and kind of fucked up.
Oh yeah, that's not even the worst one.
That's still like a pretty suck. I like, dude. There are so. It sounds like to me there are so many sucky ways to die in this game.
The thing is the guy who made this clearly learned his lesson because the sequel is nowhere near as raunch, right?
Wow. I mean, it's not as raunchy, but here's the real question here: are the deaths like the ways you get killed? Are they just as fucked up, if not worse?
Um, they're a little less. Like the pig one's pretty bad, but I'd rather be eaten by pigs than molested. So that's just me.
Like I think the pig, like I think what you told me about the pigs is like I think that'd be real shitty way to die. Like literally having my legs cut off and then just being eaten to death alive by pigs. Like fuck, that would suck. And you know, pigs will literally eat like anything and everything.
Oh yeah, there is one, and I want to phrase this without sounding like a fucking crazy person. I think my favorite one is like they just straight up yeet you.
Damn.
Like they just chuck you like you're nothing. And
Wow.
if you can recruit that headless wizard and he'll actually talk shit the entire time you have him recruited, it won't necessarily be towards you. If you find specific enemies, he will just flat out insult them to their face. He'll
That
go in.
that's
At one point, he goes in, and when you go interact with this enemy, he straight up goes, "You are an ugly motherfucker, aren't you?"
that's fucking great. Oh man. Give me one moment. I need another drink, my guy. All right, I'm back. I did not have much I did not have much Baja Lime margarita left. And I went to grab me some passion fruit margarita. Just so everybody knows and is aware, I've had these bottles for like probably a week and a half, and I just finished one of them, so yeah.
I love this. You're just like, by the way, guys, I swear I'm not an alcoholic, but I swear I'm not an alcoholic, but also.
Well, it's like, look, I like to have some drinks here and there, but I just don't want to be labeled as an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Um, because I think it's ridiculous. Like, you could literally have like 2 glasses a day every day, and like you'd be considered an alcoholic. But it's like you might not, like you're not even tipsy or anything or whatever, but you're still gonna be considered an alcoholic. So, so yeah. Um, just wanted to throw that out there. I was serious when I meant like earlier, drink responsibly, guys. Because I don't want to be the cause of anybody turning into an alcoholic and stuff, and you know, problems to spiral from that. You guys, I think everybody gets what I'm saying here. I don't want that to happen to anybody. So, yeah, drink
Oh,
responsibly, everybody.
also, I just entered there's a area in Fear and Hunger that's literally an orphanage. And
Ooh,
when you enter it doesn't have anything involving kids. But it says, despite being a place for children, you sense no joy.
yeah, that's kind of orphanages are. Speaking of orphans, you know what you should do when you're bored?
Smack you?
You know what?
Does it smack you because you're an orphan? Well, not anymore.
Well, I mean, you should punch an orphan because you know what are they gonna do? Tell their parents?
You know, I hear that a lot, but I gotta wonder, what did the orphan do to get punched?
Oh my god, I'm terrible. That's a good question. I mean, technically, I guess he existed and he had no parents, so you know, free punching bag. Uh, on the topic of
We are
orphans, I just
fucked
want to
up.
say, oh, I know we are. On the topic of orphans, I just want to say, guys, if you guys haven't read a manga called The God's Lie, that is a really good manga. It's a really nice one shot, and I mean, I guess technically, weathering with you, yeah, they're the Sunshine Girl and her brother are technically orphans. That was also another really good manga. That the movie's good too, from what I'm told. I haven't seen the movie. I want to see the movie, but the manga was amazing. Uh, I have a manga. You know, I'm just gonna say it. When you made that when we made that meme opening for the last video, and you straight up, you know, called me out, you know, saying I have a manga addiction. You are not wrong,
Casey, I only
like
do this because
at
I care
all.
about you.
Like, I'm just gonna say this, guys. Being honest, I probably have around like maybe like 150, 200 mangas just sitting here. Um, and I have read like 75% of them, maybe 80 actually. Now I think about it, like 80% of this of these mangas I've read. I like to come home. I like to take a shower after working a hard day at the hospital. Sometimes I might take a nap for a little bit, and I like to, you know, get me a glass of whatever alcohol I have, if I have any, because I don't always have alcohol. And I like to read some manga. I like to do that for at least a good 30 minutes to an hour a day. Um, doesn't always happen every day. There was a week where I think I only got through like maybe like one or two mangas, and they were just like the standard sized ones. But yeah, yeah, then there's days where I'm off and I want to have a fun day for myself, so I fucking go to town. Um, there was like one day I think it was like last month, I read like all four physical volumes are out right now of Dog Negan or Dog Nigga. Y'all know it by that, the original name. I read like 4 volumes of the. I read all 4 physical
Wait, is
volumes.
that actually the original name?
Yeah, the original name was Dog Nigga. Like if you go on YouTube, the name is literally Dog Nigga. But the whole thing was the guy who made it. He could only sell it on Amazon, and after like they got to like a little selling the second volume a little bit in, they Amazon like pulled it from their site and basically was like, yeah, you can't say the word nigga.
That's not
So
your
they had
word.
to change the name. They had to change the name to Negan. So if you have like a copy of volume 1 or 2 that actually says dog nigga, like that is money. Like literally, that is serious money right there. They are like going for like around $100. Um,
Interesting.
oh, it's funny because when they reprinted volume 2 and changed the name to Negan, and in the manga, they have to censor the word nigga. So they censor. I think it's the I. They changed the I to a little asterisk to where you can tell what he's saying. Um, and basically I think it was like the first 2 volumes in the updated print was there's a little thing that was added at the end where it's like the creator's like, what have they done to you, my child, in the first volume. Then in the second volume he's like, I have a solution, guys. And he put in a page that's got little pieces of paper you're supposed to cut out that have GGA, because Negan starts with I, or it starts with NI. He's like, I have a solution, guys. He's like, you can cut these out and tape them to the manga, and there you go. Problem is solved. It says nigga again, but he's like, but remember, you can only do it if you're black. I am literally waiting for Volume 5 to come to fit to like a physical release of Volume 5, because Volume Five's done digitally. I think he's working on Volume 6, but I'm waiting for the physical release of Volume 5. Like this is one of the most insane fucked up mangas I've read. Like it is hilarious. The whole story is basically this old dude for this drunk dude forced himself on a dog. The dog gave birth and died while giving birth, and she gave birth to Rex, which is a half human half dog thing. Society has rejected him as an outcast, so his literal goal is to get revenge on his dad by raping him.
Mm-hmm.
And like his dad sends assassins to kill him and shit. And in the first volume, he fights it. That one assassin literally bites his dick off and is like ends up being like best friends with this guy. Like this assassin is literally trying to help the dude who bit his dick off, like trying to help this dude rape his dad. And like it is some of the weirdest shit. It is just like this manga like it's so funny, but then like it tackles like some very serious stuff at times, but it's so fucking funny. I think my favorite character is Cat Bitch, and her whole thing is basically um she ends like she's mostly getting like DNA samples of other animals. And Dolphy, I wish I was making this shit up, bro. She basically makes black holes with her pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Her origin story is basically her mom was lonely and let 1,000 cat, or basically I think like let like 1,000 cats basically fuck her to the point where like all of the semen and shit basically impregnated her, and she basically gave birth to Cat Bitch. And yeah, now she's like, she's basically this half cat, half human assassin that just makes black holes with her pussy. It is one of the most dumbass things I've ever read.
Hmm.
You don't even know what the fuck to say.
I can't even
The
give you a
sad part
real
is,
response to that. I can't even.
dude, I'm not making. The thing is, I'm not actually making this shit up. I
I
wish
know
I
you're not, and
was.
that's the funniest part is that you're not.
Like, this is shit that I literally wish I was making up, but this exists, and it's fucking hilarious. Dude, at one point, she goes to capture a T Rex, and she's going to basically use a black hole. That T Rex straight up runs, and just favorite panel is a T Rex running saying, "This bitch got me fucked up." And literally just like, she was gonna kill me. This bitch got me fucked up. I'm like, oh my god. I never thought I'd see the day where I specifically see this panel existing in a manga. Like, it is so fucking absurd. I am dead ass looking forward to more volumes of this shit. Like, I seriously hope this dude continues on with this series. Like, oh my god, it is so fucking funny. Holy shit. But yeah, it does have some serious shit in there. Like, there's a whole thing with like involving like school shootings and shit. So yeah, it does have some serious stuff. Um, but yeah, like, God, that's some fucking funny shit. Oh man, dude, if you next time you come visit me, if you want, I will let you. Dude, you gotta look at this shit. Like, you gotta check it out. Oh man, yo, you still there, man?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm watching a video. Um, this game is really hard, so I've been looking up things to help me beat it.
Oh, you dirty little bastard! You're cheating.
Okay, I ain't cheating. Okay, you have not seen how hard this game is.
You know what? When you 100% all the crash games, we'll talk.
Casey,
Yeah.
I don't think you understand this game.
No, I'm screwing with you, my guy.
Oh, I know, I am too. I was responding with like intense realism. How dare you judge me for not playing an RPG Maker game?
Oh my god.
No, dude, this game was made in RPG Maker, and this is easily the most like detailed RPG Maker game I've ever played.
Mm,
Like there are some games that are just I think Amori is a good example.
mm.
Amori and this game specifically as well. They are RPG Maker games that at first glance you forget they were made in RPG Maker.
I know that feeling. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it real quick. Mad Father, hands down, one of my favorite games. Originally was made in RPG Maker. Misao as well. Really good game. Also made in RPG Maker. Made by the same guy. Um, I love Japanese horror RPG games. They were so fucking good. It's one of my favorite genre of games. I forget that most of those are made in RPG makers. So yeah, just not trying to change the subject. I'm just, sharing my experience with those types of games.
And by the way, trigger warning for this as well. Amori like had me fucked up for about a month, so keep an eye out if y'all want to play that. Amori is a very good game, and it doesn't have any like crazy disturbing stuff like assault or anything, but the it had me fucked up for about a month.
Jeez.
Like, I'm not magic or anything. I'm not like the world's toughest man, obviously. So everyone's experience will be different, but that game had me fucked up for a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the fans who are actually like sitting here, listening to this, I think they're really getting to see just how fucked up we are.
Well, the thing
Um,
is, like, a lot of stuff, like, again, I'm going to use Fear and Hunger, Amori as an example. These games are very fucked up, but they are amazing. Like, the detail in them, the passion, you don't, a lot of stuff made, like, a lot of the most amazing things you'll never experience because you just won't like them.
yeah, yeah, you're not wrong. Ugh. How you feeling, my guy?
I'm getting there.
So what do you think? We want to end this here
We should probably cut it here. Yeah, it's, I think, around, what time is it?
because I know you. I'm pretty sure you got to work tomorrow,
Yeah, and
and
it's 10:11. I should probably head to bed.
I gotta get I gotta basically pack for vacation. Guys, if you don't know, I've like literally I spent the last few days trying to basically finish up that room I was talking about earlier, and then I was moving the stuff that I moved here with into that room for the most part. Like I'm just gonna say it, my stuff, 80 to 90% of it has still been packed up. Like I never unpacked when I moved to where I am at now. Um, so yeah, like I had to move everything into that room, basically almost everything of mine into that room, into the what's the closet for now. Don't want to reveal just yet what I'm really planning on doing that for that room. I still gotta draw up some drafts and such, but yeah, like I've been really trying to get that pushed, finished to where I can go, and then when I come back, I can order me a bed. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the podcast. I know it's been quite some time since we've done one. Um, really hope you guys enjoyed it. Editor, anything you want to say?
No, honestly, no. This is being recorded on the 30th, guys. I have no clue when this is going up.
Yeah, I probably should have said that earlier because I know I said it was like Tuesday night. So yeah, this is the 30th. Guys, I officially come back from vacation. June 7th is when I come back. I was planning on having an Ice Jade deck profile already recorded, but that didn't really get to happen. So when I come back, um, shortly after I come back, I'm gonna try to get that recorded, and we can have a new deck profile up for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, though. Really appreciate it. I'll try not to slack on the Instagram. Get back to that.
Yeah, slacker.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. And I'll see y'all. We'll see y'all in the next video,
All
guys.
right, we'll see you then.